Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Chamber Business Report. I'm John Phillips, president of the Palm Coast Flagler Chamber of Commerce, and I've got my co-host Kelsey Lombard with me. Good morning, Kelsey.
Hi, good morning.
And our special guest today is Chris Townsend from Be Active Mobility and Equipment, and we're going to hear from Chris here momentarily. But first, we need to thank some of our sponsors that make the Chamber Business Report possible. We are sponsored by Klein Construction, building the future of Flagler County for the past 30 years. By Smart Technologies, they make business simple. By Intracoastal Bank of Palm Coast, community banking, the way it should be, member FDIC, and also by Katz and Green, Flagler County's personal injury attorneys since 1996. As mentioned, our guest is Chris Townsend. He is with Be Active Mobility. Chris, welcome. Good morning. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Chris Townsend first before we get into what Be Active Mobility does. We visited off the air, and you mentioned you've been a Palm Coast resident since 2006, so you are certainly not a newbie. What attracted you here, and what were you doing prior to coming to Flagler County and the Palm Coast region?
So when I moved to Florida, I had a regional position, and I covered the eastern U.S., was based out of Houston, Texas, switched companies and went to work for Walgreens Home Care, and my territory was the state of Florida, could live anywhere in the state of Florida, and Palm Coast had my brother-in-law at the time, and that's what the push pin in the map was, and it worked out really, really well. And frankly, I'm in the same home that I purchased in 2006, and love it. We're about to put a pool in and make deeper roots. You know, I keep telling everybody they're digging a hole in the backyard, and it's not for me. You know, it's a New Jersey joke.
Hey, the good news is, you know, we were with Jay Gardner last week. He was a speaker at our Economic Outlook Summit. We were talking about trim notices, the truth in millage. And he talked about, you know, one of the advantages of being a long-term resident is your property taxes are protected because of the way the laws are in the state of Florida with homestead and the fact that your home can't go up any more than a certain percentage. So you're one of those folks that is reaping the benefits of being a long-term resident. I'm the same way. I've been in my home since 2000, so 25 years. And whoever buys it from us, their property tax is going to be a lot more than ours is, and same with your home.
But it goes to a good cause. Our community deserves our taxes. You know, we do a lot of good things through our police force. Law enforcement's amazing. The first responders, our fire staff, and you know all the community services. Everything that we have in our community is well groomed, and it's because of our tax dollars. So it's a great place to live and support.
You've been reading the chamber cheat code, so I appreciate you saying that. You know, oftentimes when they talk about business and communities and the way to grow, there's three things that most people mention. It starts with security. Is it a safe place to live? You're exactly right. Sheriff Staley and all their staff there take great care of us here in Flagler County. The fire rescue support, the EMS folks and the first responders are wonderful as well. So there's safety and security. Next is education. LaShaka Moore and her team, Flagler County Schools, are amazing. Amazing. And then the third one is quality of life. And the quality of life in the great state of Florida is pretty darn good. We're not without our challenges, and that's why there's thousands of people moving here. That's one of the challenges, but it's also the reason they're moving here is there's a lot to do. It's a wonderful place to grow up, raise a family, or retire, depending on what end of the spectrum you're on. But Palm Coast and Flagler County is a great place. You chose it, and you're still here, so obviously you're pretty happy with the choice.
Absolutely.
Hidden gem, I think it is for sure. Well, that's what they reference.
The word is out.
But
for better or for worse, right? Sometimes
the word is out.
The word is out. Okay, so you relocate here, doing something in a similar field to what you're doing now, but not for the same organization, obviously. How did Be Active Mobility come about?
Well, I've been in the medical equipment industry for 39 years. As we talked about prior to the show, I'm on the board of directors for the State Association of Medical Equipment Suppliers, so an advocate for the industry. And I found myself at age 55, because I'm a young guy, unemployed. My former boss, after 15 years, sold all of his companies that I ran, and I had to make a decision. Did I want to go back on the road as a regional, interview with other companies, or go big and go broke, as I call it, and open up my own business? So I chose to invest into our community by opening up a medical equipment supply store. I'm the only licensed Medicare provider in Flagler County for durable medical equipment, and we provide full services. And it's a great thing. We've been in business now 2 full years. We're entering our 3rd year, and the community has responded amazingly. We're able to change people's lives locally, and we come in. We've got a comfortable environment. There's no pressure. I don't run a company that most people would. This is a community service. People don't come to us because hey, I want to buy a new scooter today. They come to us with a need. Yeah. So in most healthcare businesses, it's about the numbers. How many people can we serve today? How many pieces of equipment can we place today? Our motto is a little bit different. We want to educate the community. You come in, you get an education, you can trial the equipment, and sometimes it's better served based on your insurance or your path of funding to go someplace else, and we help you do that. But we're able to service such a good portion of the community that you can come back in. You can try it. You can shop around. Our prices are competitive with the internet. In fact, we're running a 20% off sale, everything in the store. We've got scooters going down as low as $9.99, and that'll be starting tomorrow and going through the 15th of October.
Yeah, nice. That's fantastic. I took a couple of notes here while you were talking. So your business is relatively new, 2 years, but you're not 39 years in the industry. So you're going to get an experienced person. And the other thing, you're, would you say, the only licensed
durable medical equipment provider
in Flagler County.
Yeah, that does full service.
Yeah, so full service durable equipment provider in Flagler County, the only one with 39 years of experience. And then maybe those things are very, very important, but maybe most important, I wrote down, you are community minded and customer focused. And you even mentioned if it's not the right fit at our store, we want to help the customer, and you're going to refer them to the right place for their best interest. It's not a selfish thing. It's a community-minded, customer-focused organization that you run.
Leading with care. I think that's the biggest thing. You're listening and you're leading with care and helping people in their community where they need most help.
The biggest deficit of knowledge is the average person doesn't know what to do when something happens, when you get sick, when you have a traumatic diagnosis, or when you have a brief illness or an injury. And we're here to educate on what to do, offerings of different services and equipment that are in the area. We've got a community service board where if you need a different type of service, but you're in there for us, you need a manual wheelchair for a short period of time, and you need somebody to help with in-home care or home health or rehab or PT. We've got all sorts of resources up on our wall that we hand out for folks. It's part of our accreditation to be community service based and be a resource to provide information and educate.
And you're making those important connections for them as well. I think when someone's injured, like you said, you're vulnerable. It's very hard for you to express to somebody, hey, this is what's happening and this is what I need help with. So I think making that connection and being able to be resourceful and bringing them to the right people is very important too. That's awesome.
We like to change lives for the better.
You're in the connection business and the problem-solving business. Yeah. Let me ask a question about the business model. Oftentimes when you think of a facility like yours, that the equipment that you all sell, it's for a elderly population or an aging population, and that's certainly a good percentage. But there's probably also some folks who have an injury. It's not a permanent life-changing, but it is a life-altering for a certain time period. If someone was injured and needed some sort of a scooter for 6 weeks or 6 months, that's different than someone who is going to be wheelchair-bound, permanently. What's the ratio there of, I'll call them temporary folks versus folks who are in the elderly population that are making a change like that?
Yeah, the interesting thing about our business is it's usually incident based. So nothing happens in cycles. You can't predict when something is going to occur. There's no trending of that. So the mix is different every day. It can be high rentals this week and then returns next week, short-term needs. It could be a mixture of long-term needs. We provide such a broad spectrum of equipment. We have CPAP patients that are long-term care. We have oxygen patients that are longer-term care. Some of them only want portability. They're traveling. They're on vacation. We have custom wheelchairs that we build and service. We've actually got a VA contract where we service all of Flagler County and beyond for the VA for power mobility and custom rehab.
When I initially met you and learned about Be Active Mobility, in my mind, I was thinking it's the vast majority of your business is in the mobility business, the wheelchairs and the scooters and things such as that. But you mentioned CPAP and other things. You've got a broad array of services. It's not just mobility based equipment. What are some of the other things that maybe the average person doesn't know that you do? Because I wouldn't have thought of a CPAP machine as something that would be in your wheelhouse, but you do a lot more than the average person probably understands.
We do. So we have hospital beds, Hoyer lifts, walkers, walking aids, again, mobility related equipment for the wheelchairs, power scooters. We sell, we service, and we just provide good quality support for the community.
Yeah. And it's not just for purchase. It
Correct.
could be like somebody has like an Achilles tendon, is one of those injuries that's quite debilitating. It takes a long time to recover from it. Knock on wood. I've not been a patient in that, but I do know several folks that have. And those are non-weight bearing injuries, that you're in some sort of a device. It could be one of those little one-wheel scooters that you just take literally all the weight off your leg. That could be for 6 weeks or longer. Yeah. That would be a rental.
Yes, that's correct.
And your company does that.
Yes.
But then you also do sales of like a scooter. If someone needed one of those, that would be a purchase for so it's both rental and sales.
That's correct. We also have lift chairs. So post-surgery, a lot of folks have open heart surgery as an example, and they can't get in and out of bed easily. So we have a lift chair that actually reclines. It's a power recliner, and it helps them stand up. So during their physical therapy and short-term recovery period, they can rent that or they can choose to purchase it. And in a lot of cases, they're so comfortable they don't come back.
which is a good thing, right? Because comfort and care is what it's all about at Be Active Mobility. And we're visiting with Chris Townsend. That is his organization, and you're up on the Parkway. Let's give the address out for folks who could find you up there.
Yeah, it's in City Marketplace, which is located right by Walmart and Winn-Dixie. There's a famous place called Dominic's Deli. We always use that. Our sign is conveniently located behind the palm trees at 160 Cypress Point Parkway, Suite D 112 and 113.
There are so many businesses in that complex there. Dominic's Deli seems to be the one place that virtually everybody knows where they are. Flagler Cares is another organization that is well known in there.
Cut Up and Sew.
And then Cut Up and Sew is on your side of the street.
Yes.
If you're facing Cut Up and Sew, you're to the right.
That's correct. We're 3 doors down.
3 doors down from, I think that's a band. I think 3 doors down.
It is.
You're 3 doors down from Cut Up and Sew. But, again, we're visiting with Chris Townsend, from Be Active Mobility, and, we're learning more about the sales and service, and most importantly, the customer focused, community minded care that he and his staff provide to customers. So we're going to take a short time out. We're going to visit with him more. We're going to talk about networking, meeting people and expanding your business. And, we'll do that after this short time out. This is the Chamber Business Report. We'll be right back.
When I was 12 years old, I had an accident. My mother called Cats and Green. Now here I am again. I was in the car sitting at a red light and I was rear-ended from behind. And boy, was I hurt. So I called Jeff Green. He really worked hard for me and I was extremely happy with the result. If anybody ever asks, I recommend Jeff Green.
I'm Jeff Green. And I'm Paul Katz. We've been Flagler County's personal injury lawyers since 1988. Our office, our only office, is in Palm Coast. Your results may differ.
Thank you, Cats and Green.
Back in the old days, thieves would break into your business through a door or window. Today, hackers break into your business and home in ways you never thought of. Your printer, security cameras, scanners, thermostats, remote workers, and their devices. We're Smart Technologies. We know how to identify and secure your entire network, not just your computers. If you would like a free cybersecurity assessment, give us a call today.
Smart Technologies.
Call us, 252-2292.
In a world where personal service and people who really care about you can be lost, we want you to know we are different. We love engaging with our clients. That's just how we've been since 2008. Your milestones in life and business are our milestones, and we are with you every step of the way. We can do everything that big banks do, but we add the community banking touch. If you're already one of our clients, thank you. And if not, we would love to be your locally owned community bank. I'm Laura Gilveri. Welcome to Intracoastal Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Chamber of Business. John Phillips. I've got Kelsey Lombard with me this morning. Kelsey.
Hi, good morning.
And I've got Chris Townsend from Be Active Mobility with us. And again, thanks to our business report sponsors, Klein Construction, Intracoastal Bank, Smart Technologies, and Katz and Green for bringing this show to you. And thanks to the folks here at Flagler Broadcasting and WNZF for hosting us. Chris, before the break, I teased we were going to talk about networking, and that's one of the things the Chamber is very proud of and hopefully very good at. We're trying to connect people and businesses to help everyone improve, and that's something you certainly believe in. I know you're very active in a group called the Palm Coast Business Professionals. Let's talk about that organization, how you got started with them, and the value you see in that, and the value of just networking in general.
Well, networking is amazing because you have groups of people that are like-minded, bona fide, and contribute to the community. Palm Coast Business Professionals was founded 25 years ago next year, so it's a quarter of a century old. I have been a member of the group only for 3 years. Happened when I started my business. And getting into the leadership role was an honor and just unexpected nomination from the group. So it's a 3-year commitment. I'm 2 years into that 3-year commitment currently as the director. But we do a lot of community events. We've been here on WNZF presenting checks. Our dues that we contribute go to the community. And, we support SMART, we support Father Castellano's food pantry and a number of other, the Elks and their scholarship program that they have and the youth camp. So a lot of other good community service. Fitzgerald Center, one of the things you definitely want to get down there and see, they are a member of our group, and they've got lots of exciting shows coming up this year.
Yeah, show season's coming up. Amelia was on our show probably a couple months back now. But, the fall season is right around the corner. It's
exciting
it's
lineup.
Ready to crank up. Yeah, and they've got a special thing with oh, gosh, I'm drawing a blank on her name. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift tribute.
How could I forget
Yes.
the Taylor Swift tribute coming up this fall? So, yeah, not to get too sidetracked on the Fitzgerald Performing
I'm
Arts Center.
excited about Taylor Swift.
That's a great organization. And Kim Fitzgerald, who does Curly Tail Designs, is also a member of the group. In fact, she did an ad for us this morning for the Observer to give plugs out to everybody. Again, community-based advertising, community-based businesses all working together towards a good cause.
Yeah, it's a wonderful organization, and here at the Chamber we have a similar cause, working together and networking folks together, and we do monthly after hours events, we do ribbon cuttings, we do all sorts of things, and we certainly see all those networking organizations out there as complementary to one another. I know Kelsey is very active in the RDC group, which meets on Wednesday mornings, and in fact used to meet over right down the street from you at Cut Up and Sew, and they outgrew that space, and then they moved to Flagler Cares and outgrew that space, and now they're over at the Southern Rec Center. But networking organizations, like-minded people who are in the business of helping each other and helping each other's businesses grow is what we do at the Chamber, and we support all those organizations. And
I was going to say that the same organizations that you're speaking of highly of is our organizations that we work with and that are within the Chamber. So I think it's really great that both of our organizations help and support, these big companies.
It's about collaboration. Yeah. I know that it was Flagler County Professional Women's Group. Pardon me, I don't want to get that wrong. But we did a joint after hours at the Fitzgerald Center last week, and we had a great turnout, and it showed the center, and the kids got to set up the stage and participate with the networking events. So we are excited to have the Chamber come in with us as well.
Yeah.
As a new Chamber member,
yes,
I brought my check today.
Oh, well, welcome. We don't have our bell to ring, but normally we'd be ringing our bell.
You mentioned the Professional Women of Flagler County, and ironically enough, I attended one of their meetings, and I was welcomed, even though I don't happen to be a woman, nor do I identify as one. But that group welcomed me in, and I know that when you partnered with them, as usual, when you partner with them and you're at the stage, Otis stole the show that night. And
of course he did.
You mentioned Smart, and I was out there cruising for Pause. I think it was called Car Show last Saturday, which
third
was
annual.
held up at the town center. Wonderful event, and we are big supporters of SMART. They are, unfortunately, so many dogs in this community that need rescuing and saving, and what wonderful work that they do. But I don't get too sidetracked. We'll turn this into the nonprofit hour, but we certainly enjoy everything that SMART does and a lot of our other organizations. We love to support them because it's in the best interest. Going back to the three things, right?
Yep.
Safety, education, and a wonderful place to live, the quality of life, and that's one of the things we like to help. So appreciate all that you do with the with the Palm Coast Business Professionals Organization, and now with the Chamber, and we are thrilled to partner together.
The power of partnership.
It is.
Speaking of partnerships, I do want to give a couple of events. Then we got to talk about the Beanie Babies as well.
Absolutely.
So we can't leave without that one. A couple of events on our calendar here. October the 2nd. We have a ribbon cutting at Fish and Chicks, which is a new restaurant right on State Route 100. It's in the Marvin Gardens. As you're going eastbound, like you're heading toward 95, eastbound on State Route 100, be on the right-hand side in the Marvin Gardens. That's on October the 2nd. Ribbon cutting for Fish and Chicks. That's going to be at 11:30 in the morning. And then coming up next weekend, it's going to be Sunday, October the 5th, the Pink Army 5K and the 1 mile pet-friendly fun walk. That's what I'm going to be doing with my dog, Chamber Dog Remy. Will be there for the 1 mile pet-friendly walk.
But make sure you register under the Chamber because we have a team. We are the Chamber champions.
The Chamber champions.
Yes.
Kelsey's going to do the 5K. I'm going to take the 1 mile part with Remy. And so those are two events we have coming up. We also have the Future Flagler Forum on November the 4th. That's going to be a great event. We've got LaShaka Moore, the superintendent of schools. We've got City Manager Lauren Johnston from Palm Coast, City Manager Alvin Jackson from Bunnell, City Manager Dale Martin from Flagler Beach, and County Administrator Heidi Petito. So we're covering all angles of Flagler County, and that'll be a wonderful event at the Palm Coast United Methodist Church on November the 4th. And one more event, the Point Grand event, Kelsey.
Yes.
It's on October 15th.
Point Grand, October 15th. We're doing a ribbon cutting there. You want to make sure you come check it out. They have a whole lot of community things that they're adding to their
the apartment complex there at Point Grand. There is it's up on Athens Court, which is up just off of Palm Coast Parkway, kind of up near Indian Trails. But it's on Athens Court is the address. If you need more information, go to pcfchamber.com. Chamber website's got all that. But Point Grand, beautiful luxury apartments, very affordable though, and they are going to have a wonderful event on October the 15th. All right.
Make sure you check out those apartments. They're 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and like you said, they're affordable as well. So check us out on Palm Coast, pcfchamber.com to register for any of these events that we talked about.
All right, Chris. So if you go into Be Active Mobility and you're looking for a scooter or you're looking for a CPAP machine or you're looking for any of the many other services that you provide, when you walk in the door, you might be greeted with a couple
of
several
babies.
Beanie Babies. Let's talk about the story behind Angie and the Beanie Babies and how they have merged into Be Active Mobility, and it's a wonderful blending of things.
It's an interesting blend. I will definitely say. It's mainly for the kids, but Angie, my lovely fiance, stumbled into this business. And we call it Beanie Baby Heaven because it was founded in a thrift store at a church, and that's really the true beginning. And it just developed into an amazing nationwide Facebook page, which we then outgrew the living room, dining room, 2-car garage, and we merged into a retail space. My business grew as well. And the Beanie Babies are there. There's nothing over $10. It's meant for the kids. It's meant for the parents. It's meant for nostalgia. So come in and get a free demo scooter ride and buy a Beanie Baby. I swear she feeds them after midnight and puts them in water because they keep multiplying.
And I know that the answer to this question will change daily because some come in, some go out. Some come in, some go out. But approximately how many Beanie Babies do you think you might have at any one time?
She's got over 10,000 in the store. She buys and sells 3,000 to 5,000 a week. It is just an amazing opportunity to witness. I stammer through it. I can't find the words to describe it because it is so just satisfying, amazing, and a wonderful thing because it brings joy to people's lives. We mentioned the SMART event. We donated 50 dogs of Beanie Babies, and then people made donations, and they got a Beanie Baby in exchange. We do a lot of the things for the community that we can, and it pays back. We do a lot of Samaritan's Purse, the shoe boxes for the Christmas Come True and all of the other things that are outside of our community, but still within.
Now, how long has Angie been doing these Beanie
She's
Baby?
only been doing it 2 years,
Wow.
which is just crazy that it has blown up as much as it is. She ships out 15 to 20 packages a day, and small little business, again, community based. You'll see us at the European Village Farmers Market, most Sundays. We're at all of the other events that happen in the community, and we do that for the kids. The honest truth is, she'll probably kill me for saying this, but she wants grandchildren. And her son and daughter haven't come through yet, so we're still hoping for that. But in the meantime, she does it for the smiles. She does it for the laughter. She does it for the joy.
Well, it's
Living
great to
it through the community.
Yeah, it's great to have a
Yep.
business that you're passionate about and that you really enjoy doing, and Angie's doing a great job with that. So if you're in the market for a Beanie Baby, swing by there. You can browse thousands of different opportunities there, and also if you're ever in the market, if you have a need for anything in the Be Active Mobility line, that is obviously one of the primary reasons for the business there.
It is.
But the Beanie Babies are a nice little thing to visit about.
Yeah.
Nice little addition. So, Chris, I've really enjoyed our time together today.
Thank you so
Appreciate you
much.
coming by to be with us. Thanks for being
my privilege and pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for being part of the chamber. Thanks for your friendship, and we look forward to working together to help you and help our community get better every day.
Every day.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks
you.
for being with us, folks. This is the Chamber Business Report. Thanks again to Klein Construction, Intercoastal Bank, Katz and Green, and also Smart Technologies. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Bye.